Hello my friends, collectors of old and rare coins. Due to the huge demand for old coins in previous years, in this live broadcast we will talk to you about some old coins that can bring you great wealth and are in demand by collectors. But why are these coins a lucky find? And what makes these coins so valuable? In a few moments, in this live video we will take a look. Write to us in the comments, from which country you follow our channel, and which countries you want us to make a video about their old currencies. Write to us in the comments, from which country you follow our channel, countries you want us to make a video about their old currencies. Write to us in the comments, from which country you follow our channel, countries you want us to make a video about their old currencies. 1942 dime coin value. With multiple record-breaking auction sales, the 1942 dime is often considered one of the most valuable coins in U.S. history. Despite its face value of just 10 cents, unique coins have sold for up to $120,000 in U.S. history. As part of the famous Mercury dime series, these coins are an incredibly popular find and will almost always sell for much more than their face value. So if you have a 1942 dime in your pocket, you might want to look at it closer to ensure you're not about to spend a hidden gem. This video will explain everything about the 1942 dime value. From the different variations and highly valuable errors, will help you see if your dime is a small treasure or a priceless artifact. 1942 no mint mark silver dime value. Many preserved dimes of 205,410,000 struck in Philadelphia in 1942 are abundant nowadays, and you can buy those circulated for years for under $10. A typical price of pieces in the mint state is slightly higher, and such specimens cost about $12 to $60, depending on grade. Unlike these relatively affordable prices, you should set aside significantly more for the MS-68 dimes. Such specimens' price is around $10,400. Be prepared that coins with full bands are more costly, ranging from $1,500 to $10,000. However, those with the MS-67 grade are typically worth $3,600, while the best preserved MS-68 grading pieces quickly reach $12,750. But the real value in the 1942 no mint dime is if the coin has a full band, a unique grading system for Mercury dimes. This feature describes a coin with a solid, precise strike on its reverse side. 1942 no mint dime sold for an unprecedented $15,275 in 2019 because of its full band status. 1942 D silver dime value. With 60,740,000 silver dimes, the mint in Denver reached the second high mintage in 1942. Therefore, these coins are abundant and often inexpensive on the market. For instance, you can buy one circulated piece for $30 to $100, while those in the mint state cost approximately $1,200 to $2,100. Only top-rated coins in MS-68 grade are expensive, and you can get one for about $6,000. Even dimes with full bands are relatively inexpensive since their average price is $1,500 to $2,250. On the other hand, collectors often set aside $1,250 for the best preserved specimens ranked MS68. Again, if the coin has a full band appearance, it will undoubtedly be more valuable. The highest recorded sale for a 1942 D dime with a full band was $9,488. 1942 S dime value. With just 49,300,000 dimes minted, San Francisco produced the least amount of 1942 dimes. You can quickly identify these coins by their clear S mint mark on the reverse side. Like the coins made from Denver, 1942 S dimes are often eclipsed by much rarer error coins and will generally sell for between $200 to $360 in average condition. But like all collectibles, a well-preserved coin can still surprise you at auction. The highest priced S dime with regular strike sold for a sizable $1,035 back in 2006. However, if your S dime has a full band strike, its price can skyrocket. This coin, sold in 2014, sold for an incredible $14,750 because very few full band coins survive in as well a condition. 1942 proof silver dime value. Besides regularly struck silver dimes, Philadelphia produced 22,329 proofs in 1942. These valuable coins cost approximately $900 to $4,000, but you should pay $10,000 for those with the PR68 grade. The most expensive 1942 PR69 silver dime effortlessly reached $37,000 to $50,000 at auctions. Collectors particularly appreciate those with cameo contrast and are prepared to pay them $30,000 to $60,000, depending on quality. 1942 no mint mark silver dime overdate, 42/41, error. Easily the most valuable addition of the 1942 dime results from a widespread overdate error, which saw 1942 restruck over the previous year, creating a unique appearance where the number 1 is visible beside the number 2. Struck in Philadelphia and Denver, these dimes have broken numerous records at auction. Unfortunately, there is no record of how many of these dimes were made with this error. Each time these coins appear at auction, it attracts worldwide attention. According to coin auction site PCGS, the highest-selling 1942 overdate, 42/41, no mint mark dime with an overdate error sold for an extraordinary $120,000 in 2018. 1942 D silver dime overdate, 42/41, error. The Denver Mint also produced this overdate error, though it was only discovered in 1960. Since then, collectors have been keen to find more of these dimes with the Denver Mint mark. Because of its significantly lower production record, there are arguably fewer 1942 overdate, 42/41, D dimes. These coins are considered incredibly valuable in any condition, though there isn't as much data from auction sites to say for sure how consistent they can sell for. But the true potential of the 1942 overdate D dime is if it's in high to mint condition. One of the highest recorded sales for this kind of dime was in 2019, for up to $72,000. Let's travel back to 1990 and discover the tiny cents minted this year. Including those with proof of mint mark variations from San Francisco, including its design, composition, and most importantly, its value. Additionally, we'll discuss how certain errors can impact the penny's worth. 1990 No Mint Mark Penny Value. The 1990 penny, also known as the 1-cent coin, has a beautiful design created by two talented artists, Victor Brenner and Frank Gasparo. This coin was minted in Philadelphia and has a total mintage of 6,851,765,000 coins. The obverse of the penny features a portrait of the great President Abraham Lincoln, designed by Victor Brenner. The reverse design, created by Frank Gasparo, features the Lincoln Memorial in Washington, D.C., a spectacular tribute to one of the most iconic figures in American history. This 1990 penny is composed of 99.2% zinc and 0.8% copper, giving it a beautiful silver color. It was struck in a business strike type, meaning it was intended for circulation rather than collectors. A 1990 penny value, graded as MS68, a nearly perfect coin with very few imperfections, can be worth up to $300. So, if you were lucky enough to come across a 1990 penny in MS68 condition, you could be in for a treat. In 2018, Heritage Auctions sold a 1990 penny in MS69 red condition, fetching a whopping $7,200. That's a high price for a 1990 penny value. 1990 D penny value. As part of the same coin series, the 1990 penny from Denver shares the same composition and size as its Philadelphia counterpart. The only distinguishing factor is the D mint mark located beneath the year 1990. In total, the Denver Mint minted 4,922,894,533 of these pennies in that year. One piece of a 1990 D penny, MS69RD, was worth thousands due to its exceptional condition and rarity. It was sold at the Legend Rare Coin Auctions in 2019 for a price of $2,938, making it one of the most valuable 1990 D pennies ever sold at auction. The Professional Coin Grading Service, PCGS, graded the coin as MS69, which is the second highest grade possible for a coin. This means that the penny is almost perfect in terms of its condition and has very few imperfections or blemishes. The D on the penny stands for Denver, where the coin was minted. The RD designation means that the penny has a red color, which is highly desired by collectors. 1990s Proof Penny Value. In 1990, the San Francisco Mint produced over 3,296,504 proof coins for circulation, which were struck with high precision and attention to detail, giving them a polished and reflective surface. The 1990s proof penny has a sharp and well-defined image of Abraham Lincoln, the 16th President of the United States, on the obverse side of the coin. The 1990s proof penny is not particularly valuable when compared to other coin varieties minted in the same year, but it still holds more worth than its face value. The highest 1990s proof penny sold in auctions was a PR70 Deep Cameo, sold by Heritage Auctions in 2004 for $2,358. 1990 NOS Proof Penny Value. All proof 1990 pennies are typically marked with an S mint mark to indicate that they were minted at the San Francisco Mint. However, in a rare error, some of these 1990 Lincoln Memorial S proof pennies were produced without the necessary S mint mark. Some may mistake it to be from Philadelphia Mint with the lack of mint mark, but know that proof coins are distinguishable with their frozen, mirror-like finish. This mistake is extremely uncommon, and as a result, only a few of these coins, fewer than 200, are known to exist. Occasionally, one of these rare pennies will turn up in a batch of 1990 proof sets that have yet to be searched. The discovery of one of these coins in such a situation can be exciting for collectors, as this particular variation is considered to be one of the most valuable and notable modern proof strike penny errors. The high demand for this coin is due to its rarity and uniqueness. Collectors are willing to pay a premium price for the chance to add this exceptional error to their collections. As a result, the 1990 penny value without the S mark has remained high over the years, and they continue to become valuable pieces among collectors. One PR69 billion sold on eBay for $5,250 in 2021. A PR69 DCAM was $20,700 in 2007. Where to sell your 1990 penny? Now that you know the value of your coins, Do you know where to sell those coins online easily? Don't worry, I've compiled a list of these sites, including their introduction, pros, and cons. Dear friends, you will find the video link in the description box. This video will tell you about the best websites on the internet to sell your old coins. The quarter issued in 1976 was a rather special coin. It commemorated 200 years since American independence. The 1976 quarter value varies a great deal. Generally, the Washington silver coins from this year are not rare, but some of them are unique. In 1976, the United States Congress declared to redesign the reverse of the quarters temporarily. They wanted to do this to commemorate the 200th anniversary of the Founding Fathers signing the Declaration of Independence in 1776. But while these coins are historically interesting, are they valuable? That's what we're going to investigate. We're going to look at the 1976 quarter value, exploring the different mint marks and varieties. We'll learn about the coin's design and interesting features. And we'll check out some of the unusual error coins out there. 1976 No Mint Mark Quarter Value. In 1976, the Philadelphia Mint facility wasn't marking any of its coins with a mint mark. So if your 1976 quarter has no mint mark on the obverse, it was struck in Philly. That also means it's a clad coin, as the silver variety were only struck in San Francisco. Almost 810 million Philadelphia Bicentennial quarters were produced in 1976. And the historic design meant that many people kept them as mementos. As a result, they're pretty easy to find in good condition today. For a 1976 Philadelphia quarter to be worth more than its face value, it will need to be graded at around MS63. The MS stands for mint state and means the coin has never been circulated. An example graded MS63 is valued by the Independent Coin Graders, the PCGS, at $40. Coins graded between MS65 and the maximum, MS70, are referred to as gem quality. A Philadelphia Bicentennial quarter graded MS65 is worth around $280, while one graded MS67 is worth about $800. Coins graded higher than this are much rarer, and command high prices as a result. An example graded MS67 Plus is worth about $2,350. And the finest example to have been graded by the PCGS to date is half a point higher, at MS68. That coin is valued today at $4,500. 1976 D-clad quarter value. The Denver Mint facility struck about 50 million more bicentennial quarters than Philadelphia, over 860 million in all. They can be identified by the small d on the obverse of the coin, just next to the bottom of Washington's braid. Just as with their Philadelphia counterparts, circulated coins will usually be worth only 25 cents. And values at most grades are very similar, $40 for MS-63 coins, $280 for MS-65, and $1,000 for MS-67. For the Denver quarters too, the finest examples are graded MS-68. But more of these have been certified by the PCGS, 11 to date. They're valued at $6,463 apiece. 1976 silver quarter value, regular strike. The San Francisco Mint facility struck both regular and proof bicentennial quarters in silver. Both varieties have the S-Mint mark on the obverse. The mintage of business strike coins, the regular quarters, was 11 million. And the high mintage and public interest in them mean they remain easy to acquire to this day. Values for circulated coins hover between $30 and $50. And uncirculated coins are readily available all the way up to MS-68. An example at that level is worth about $800. The finest example to have been graded by the PCGS is a Sol coin at MS-68+. But the likelihood is that there are many others out there. For that reason, the PCGS values it at a relatively modest $400. The value of this S-coin can be quite high. An auction in 2019 had this particular coin type sold for $19,200. The same coin has also been sold for $63 in 2004. 1976 S-proof silver quarter value. The value of the silver coin is naturally higher than the previous ones we've looked at, simply due to the silver content. This coin is also significantly less common than those coins. It's also the rare type of 1976 proof quarters. 4 million of these silver proofs were minted in San Francisco. The mint mark is the letter S, for San Francisco, in the same place as before, behind the neck of Washington. The value of the 1976 S silver coin, at the higher grading levels, can reach a few $1,000s. Despite experts determining the value of a rare coin of this year to be quite valuable, one seller on eBay sold it for only $6 in the year 2022. The value of this S-coin can be quite high. An auction in 2019 had this particular coin type sold for $13,500. FAQs. How much is a 1976 quarter worth today? That depends on the condition of the coin, what it's made from, and whether it has an interesting error. All the varieties of the 1976 quarter, clad in silver, business strikes and proofs, were made in large numbers. That means coins in circulated condition will usually only be worth their face value. Uncirculated coins can be worth anything from a couple of dollars to many thousands, depending on their condition. Are there any valuable 1976 quarters? Yes. The finest examples of any denomination are always desirable to collectors. For example, a 1976 Philadelphia quarter graded MS-68 is worth $5,500, while a 1976 Denver quarter at the same grade is worth $5,000. Error coins can be valuable too. Look out for the 1976 Denver quarter with the double die obverse. That's worth good money at all grades. But the finest example to have so far come to light, graded MS-66, is worth over $8,000. 1968 dime coin value. Production of Roosevelt dimes began almost 80 years ago. In 1946, the U.S. Mint replaced Mercury dimes in honor of the 32nd U.S. President, Franklin Roosevelt. Most Americans believed that he was thus honored for his wartime merits, but he also earned this privilege because of his dedicated fight against polio. Since most of these coins are still in circulation today, the 1968 dime value is relatively insignificant and depends on their condition, the mint mark, and visible errors. On the other hand, the value of specimens with 1968 no dime error is several tens of thousands. 1968 no mint mark dime value. This year's mintage of 424,470,400 Roosevelt dimes significantly affects their value. Therefore, these Philadelphia Mint coins in average condition are worth only their face value. Even specimens graded MS-60, MS-61, and MS-62 have a price of barely $40. However, as the grade increases, these pieces' prices become higher, from $100, MS-63, to $1,500 for MS-68 graded coins. Full band dimes quite expectedly have a higher value compared to regular dimes. The most expensive 1968 no mint mark dime coin is the one in MS-67 plus grade. It won an auction record of $1,200 in 2018 in eBay. 1968 D dime value. You can see the D mark on 480,748,280 Roosevelt dimes from 1968. Circulated coins are not highly valued, and their prices rarely exceed $10. The same goes for the lower graded pieces in the mint state, so those graded MS-60, MS-61, and MS-62 are only worth $40. With a higher rating, these dimes price increases from $40 to $650. The coin with the highest MS-68 grade is worth the most, as much as $700. The most expensive 1968 D dime coin is the one in MS-68 grade. It won an auction record of $1,500 in 2022 in eBay. 1968 S-proof dime value. The San Francisco Mint minted 3,041,506 proof dimes this year. However, these coins' value is not high despite such a low mintage. The price of specimens with deep cameo contrast in PR60, PR61, or PR62 grades is $40. With a higher ranking, the price increases proportionally and is about $700 for the 1968 S dime, PR67 DCAM. $900 for the 1968 S dime, PR68 DCAM. $1,400 for the 1968 S dime, PR69 DCAM. The most expensive 1968 S dime coin is the one in PR70 grade. It won an auction record of $2,650. 1968 no S dime. Coins with this error are incredibly scarce. The San Francisco Mint minted only proof dimes in 1968, and most bear the mint mark. However, there are a few unmarked specimens. There is no official explanation as to how this omission occurred, but some assume this is due to the mint mark transfer from the coin reverse to the obverse. The same happened in the following years in different denominations, such as 1970 dime and 1975 dime, 1971 nickel, 1976 Eisenhower, Ike, silver-clad dollar, 1990 penny. Since only a few 1968 no-S Roosevelt dimes still exist, their value is high. If you want to buy one such piece, you need to set aside. PR67 CAM dime costs $18,000. PR68 CAM dime costs $22,000. The most expensive 1968 no-S dime coin is the one in PR69 grade. It won an auction record of $48,875 in 2006 in Heritage Auctions. FAQ about the 1968 Roosevelt dime value. Are 1968 Roosevelt dimes rare? The circulation of almost 910,001,968 dimes means these coins are not scarce in today's market. Many are still in circulation, making them numerous. However, no-S dimes from that year can be extremely rare and thus have a high price. Which are the priciest 1968 Roosevelt dimes? The 1968 PR68 dime, no S, SAM, reached the price of $48,875 in 2006. The 1968 PR68 dime, no S, DCAM, reached the price of $47,000 in 2020. The 1968 PR67 dime, no S, reached the price of $40,250 in 2008. How much should you pay for the 1968 Roosevelt dime, no mint mark? The high number of circulated 1968 dimes and their presence in today's circulation directly affect their value. It is not high, and you can find these coins for only $10. The situation is somewhat different for those in the mint state. In this case, it is necessary to set aside between $15 and $1,600, depending on each coin's grade.
We hope that we have provided some benefit to you, my friends, in the world of old and rare money. Wait for us in the upcoming videos. There will be a series of videos about old money from different countries of the world. Write to us in the comments,
from which country you follow our channel, and which countries you want us to make a video about their old currencies. If you do not find your country's flag in this post, write to us in the comments and we will add it.